All right, this is Hope TV, where you look and live. It is time for Newswatch. My name is Nelius Wanjiru, and our sign language interpreter tonight is Boniface Moredi. Welcome. We make you know what has been hitting our headlines tonight in the country, outside the country. And we start where President William Ruto has urged Korean investors to share their cutting-edge agricultural technology and expertise to transform Africa's food production capacity. Speaking at the inaugural Korea-African Summit in South Korea, President Ruto said Africa is keen on leveraging Korea's impressive advancement in ICT to speed up the continent's economic transformation agenda. And as Grace Harty reports, Ruto has pointed out that Africa's asset, including dynamic, youthful and skilled population and vast mineral resources, are yet to be fully exploited.
In efforts to enhance food security in the African continent, President William Ruto has urged Korean investors to share their cutting-edge agricultural technology and expertise in the field. The head of state made the remarks while attending the inaugural Korea-Africa Summit in South Korea, where he noted that Africa is keen on leveraging Korea's impressive advancements in technology, especially in robotics, biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing to speed up the continent's economic transformation agenda. According to him, the increased involvement of the private sector in Korea and Africa through investment will stimulate growth, create jobs, and foster innovation.
Without a doubt, Korea's impressive advancement of ICT, and especially in the fields of robotics, biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing, can enhance Africa's capacity to undertake successful economic transformation. I therefore call for a significant enhancement of technology transfer and knowledge exchange in order to empower our youth and spur inclusive economic development. Increased involvement of the private sector from both regions through investment will stimulate growth, create jobs, and foster innovation. These challenges underscore the urgent need for a more equitable and inclusive global development financial architecture, beginning with the advancement of contributions to the World Bank concessional lending window to enable African countries to effectively respond to economic shocks and pursue development agenda.
The president has at the same time called for a fair international financial system, noting that the escalating debt crisis, among other factors, have contributed to Africa's lagging behind in terms of development in accordance with its potential.
Additionally, it is my hope that we shall also make progress in deliberating about peace and security, as stability is the foundation of prosperity. Africa's Agenda 2063 underscores a peaceful, secure continent as a prerequisite for economic development. As a champion for institutional reforms within the African Union, I believe that there exists a unique and historic opportunity for Korea to partner with us in this singularly important endeavor.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Harty.
Many thanks, Grace Harty, for that report. And moving on, the Kenyan government and her development partners have held the second Development Partners Forum to engage in central issues for a continued strong partnership between them. Speaking during the event at his official residence in Karen, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua emphasized on the importance of engagements between the governments and the joint sector working groups in order to have a robust and result-oriented engagement. He also urged the co-chairs whose joint sectors working groups have not convened up to urgently do so.
The Kenya government and her development partners today met for the second Development Partners Forum. The Development Partners Forum, being the high level of a structured dialogue, was co-chaired by the German ambassador to Kenya, Sebastian Groth, and Stephen Jackson, the UN resident coordinator in their capacity as chairs of the Development Partners Group, who steered talks on how Kenya and their partners can keep working well together. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua stressed on the importance of the government and different groups to keep engaging constructively. He also urged those in charge of the groups that hadn't met yet to equally do so.
We have reactivated the joint sector working groups, which serve as collaborative dialogue forums on sectoral and thematic issues between the government, development partners, and non-state actors. These joint sector working groups, which are the cornerstone of our coordination framework, have been essential in addressing sector-specific challenges and fostering collaborative solutions.
We have put in place together this coordination structure with a very deliberate, I think, division of labour. And your vision for this forum, Excellency, is very much one that would be at this strategic political level under your leadership. And so that we bring to the table those issues that, if you like, bubble up from the layer that is those revived joint sector working groups, and we really want to thank you and congratulate you and the government for the renewed momentum in those working groups. Through those working groups, through the Development Effectiveness Group, that we identify those issues that could benefit from that political push and that strategic steer that this forum can give.
In the forum, the government and its partners appreciated the strong bond and the importance of the forum for discussing big development issues. They also recognized the vital role of the joint sector groups in making development plans work and urged the leaders to step up. They, however, decried the challenge of the ineffective use of the funds and loans effectively.
At the forum, the Kenyan government and its development partners agreed on the following nine issues. First, they appreciated the cordial and fraternal relations that exist between the Kenya government and its development partners, and reiterated the value of the Development Partners Forum to foster high-level political dialogue on strategic questions related to development cooperation.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, Lowell Mason.
Many thanks, Lowell, for that report. And moving on, the Council of Governors are raising a red flag over an alleged plot to sneak back the health function to the national government through what they say and they term as well-calculated smear campaign to paint the devolved units as inept. Consequently, the county bosses are faulting the national government for allegedly denying them the equitable share revenue a few days to the end of the year 2023-2024 financial year, which is hampering service delivery. Led by the COG Health Committee Chairperson and the Governor, Wanjiru, the governors questioned the motive behind the push, yet it is the national government that has not released the resources to the counties. According to Governor Njuki, the messaging around the debts owed by the counties to KEMSA had the hallmarks of the well-thought-out and executed scheme, keeping on painting counties in bad blood. As it stands now, counties have not received their equitable share from the national government for 3 months, including June, yet the IFMIS system reportedly slowed down from mid-June. This as KEMSA says counties owe them about 3 billion in arrears.
The national government had promised to give monies or capitalize KEMSA to the tune of 2 billion. And that was about 6 months ago. That money was taken off the budget that was supposed to be for MES equipments. To date, KEMSA has not received that money. And therefore, even KEMSA itself is struggling. So even when you look at the 3 billion that is said to be owed by the Council of Governors or the counties, let the national government also give the KEMSA the 2 billion so that it will be able to meet the order defer rates that is supposed to be over 70% to ensure that counties have everything that they order from KEMSA. At the moment, it's not everything that they order from KEMSA that is available. And therefore, counties could be having debt also for other entities outside beyond KEMSA that are supplying drugs, or they may have even have paid them. And therefore, it is not only KEMSA that is a source of drugs for the county governments.
Moving on, members of parliament have joined civil society organization in castigating President William Ruto and Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja for the ongoing illegal demolition of civilian houses. The MPs who resumed sitting after a 3-week recess said the current situation in Nairobi is dire, stating that the government was creating internal displaced persons given that the demolitions are still going on in various constituencies in Nairobi. They further faulted the government of failing to providing alternative accommodation to those affected. This comes after families were left in agony and devastation due to the ongoing demolition in parts of Nairobi targeting buildings and structures in riparian lands.
Couched in a way that can be expanded. I do not know whether there is an amendment to a statement, but Mr. Speaker, you will see...
Honorable Kaja, you cannot
purport to amend...
I'll allow you to joyride on that for a minute.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, the thing is, you will see some of us also giving you or writing the same statements, but in an expanded manner, because Honorable Mwago has done a very good job, but with a lot of respect, he has left certain issues which are the core issues that we need to prosecute in this whole matter. Mr. Speaker, for example...
Honorable Kajwang, in a situation like that, you simply say, in addition to what Honorable Mwango is seeking, can the chairman also look at the following?
This is it. Thank you.
Yes.
You know, Mr. Speaker, you are seasoned, and that is why it has come from your mouth wisdom that has been dispensed without measure. Mr. Speaker, sir, one of the issues which are troubling is that there is this...
Now we take a look at some of the sad news today, where local journalist Jambi Koikai, also known as Jambi, has died after a long battle with endometriosis complications. Friends and family confirmed her death on Tuesday morning, saying Jambi died while receiving treatment at Nairobi Hospital. Jambi was diagnosed with thoracic endometriosis, which is a rare but extreme condition that manifests by the presence of endometriosis in around the lung and requires special treatment. Just last week, the media personality had publicly appealed for blood donation on her social media pages. The radio presenter has been sharing her endometriosis struggles online and received immense support from her fans. She opened up on her 2-decade-long struggle with the disease, and which she previously said it led to her political ambitions in the year 2022, where she contested for the Dagoretti South MP seat and lost. As a result of her advocacy in 2023, Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya appointed Koikai as the county's official endometriosis ambassador. So continue resting in peace, and may God provide and give family comfort and peace in the entire country. Moving on, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has attended the Senate Liaison Committee in Eldoret, Uasin Gishu County, and called on efforts enactment in legislation to deter pilferage of public resources. Mudavadi said the government has established a structure that promotes institutional linkages between the executive and both houses of the parliament, that is Senate and National Assembly, to help craft legislations anchored on service delivery to citizens. He noted that the contemporary liaison relationship between the two arms of government, juxtaposed with the judiciary, will go a long way in establishing structures that will guide the national agenda moving into the future. And now political and opinion leaders drawn from North Rift region and calling upon religious leaders to assist the government in addressing the insecurity menace. The leaders who were speaking at a public meeting held at Kangoletiang AGC Church say the clergy are instrumental in efforts to end the perennial menace of the banditry, insecurity and cattle rustling at the Kerio Valley Belt, which includes counties of West Pokot, Turkana, Baringo, Samburu, Laikipia and Elgeyo Marakwet, as Ian Githuko reports.
Banditry, which has for a long time been a menace in the North Rift region, has now left political leaders seeking alternative means of eradication. Kericho Senator Aaron Cheruiyot, who also serves as the Senate Majority Leader, pointed out that the use of force by the government to curb banditry is now outdated and not helpful. He has called upon religious leaders to step in and speak to the youth as the way to go.
That apart from just using force and the might of the gun in trying to resolve the conflict and the challenges of security around this region, to think of better ways of collaborating with the church so that there can be long-lasting peace that will yield lives not only on heaven but also on earth here.
The senator cited the gradual success being achieved in the reforming of Kerio Valley youth and the reduction in banditry there, stating that it was as a result of religious intervention. He also asked the government to facilitate the church as they employ their peaceful methods towards ending banditry.
Kanisa, nyinyi mmefanya kazi ya maana sana. Wale vijana wanasimama hapa wakirudi na wazungumzie wenzao ambao bado wako kwa ile maisha ya zamani. Wale watawasikia sababu wanajua wao wamewahi kukua hapo pia.
Kacheliba MP Titus Lote, on his part, has requested for more administrative units in the area, saying that this will be the only way the government and the church will be able to stabilize the region. According to Lote, the region has been left behind in terms of development due to the runaway insecurity. He specifically insisted that the giving of firearms to some individuals to act as police reserves is unfair, as he stated that the best way to eradicate banditry was to ensure no citizen has access to firearms.
My wife Cindy would
West Pokot Senator Julius Murgor echoed similar sentiments.
The few people that wanaishi hiyo belt wanapewa bunduki, sometimes they misuse it. I think as a way of balancing, serikali itoe yote, na rais alisema hivyo, ama ipatie wote, so that kila mtu a balance your power. Otherwise, we always feel insecure. The government does not treat us the same.
For Hope TV Newswatch, my name is Ian Gethuku.
On that report, we take a short commercial break. We are coming back with more news. Don't touch the dial.
Are you ready to celebrate the brilliance, resilience, and outstanding achievements of remarkable women in East Africa? Hope Media, in partnership with BH Media Agency, brings you the East Africa Women of Excellence Awards Kenyan chapter. The East Africa Women of Excellence Awards Kenyan chapter aims at celebrating and honoring the unsung women trailblazers and the change makers in various fields of influence. Visit our website at www.womenofexcellenceawards.co and vote a woman of impact in the various categories. Let's celebrate the incredible achievements of women together, and don't forget to tune in on the 14th of June this year as we honor the winners. For partnership and sponsorship, call Eunice on 0719 863 336 or Warren on 0724 514 998. You can also email customerexperience@hopefm.org. The East Africa Women of Excellence Awards, recognizing East Africa women of impact.
Welcome back, and now Ian Joroge, the 19-year-old student captured on camera assaulting a traffic police officer, was today arraigned in court over charges of robbery with violence, assault and obstruction. He appeared before Milimani Principal Magistrate Ben Mark Ehumbi, where he was accused of robbing a police officer of a Samsung phone valued 50,000 Kenya shillings and a battery of a communication gadget while using violence in the process. Joroge was accused that on June 2nd, 2024, jointly with others not before the court, he violently robbed Corporal Jacob Ongendo of a police communication gadget and a mobile phone valued 50,000. He was granted cash bail of Kenya shillings 60,000 or a bond of 100,000 Kenya shillings. However, he will spend the night in custody awaiting the ruling in the criminal case tomorrow. Still on matters law, Mwea, Kirinyaga County, as members of the public apprehended the Ugandan citizen who allegedly escaped from the police custody on Saturday night. The 28-year-old Filipino Mwivi, who had been previously arrested by detectives in Nakuru on 18th May, was on the run after the prison break. Mwivi allegedly killed his employer Rose Muthoni Kariuki on 2nd November 2023. Police commander in Kirinyaga Andrew Kaibei says that they have managed to rearrest the second escapee from Kiamashiri police station on Friday.
Nataka kusema kwamba Jumaa iliyopita kulikuwa na washukiwa wawili. Mmoja alikuwa ni mshukiwa mauaji na alikuwa ametoka Uganda na aliweza kufanya ujanja yake pale kwa seli na akatoroka wakiwa wawili, na polisi wamefanya kazi ya ziada na hao watu wote wawili wamekamatwa na watapelekwa kotini kujibu ile mashtaka ya kutoroka kutoka kwa seli ya polisi ama rough custody.
Na mimi nilipata mtu alikuwa anauliza kazi, nikampea kazi, alafu mwishoe nikagundua huyo mtu ni mkora, ndio alitenda ile kitendo ya mauaji pale Komboini. Sasa mimi nimestuka sana, ni vile nimeona akifanya. Nikajiuliza kwa nini kunaenda hivi Kenya yetu, kunasikia mtu alikuwa polisi na ameshikwa ni polisi na mwisho amewachiliwa, anakuja huko kwa wananchi.
Sasa njana mimi nilikutwa na watu kwangu, nikasikia wanataka yule Muganda tulikuwa naye. Sasa mimi nikangonja ninja nishikwa usiku, hata nimelala kasi, nikaona hakuna mtu anakunja, nikaamuka nikaenda pali nilimpeleka, nikakutana na yeye, mimi sikuongea na yeye, nikamuacha.
Wakati tumemtoa hawa bwana Murithi ameshikwa na hawa vijana wote. Hata tulikuwa tunataka kumuua askari wakakataa wa Kiamasiri. Walikuwa wanasema tumpe huyo mtu, sisi tukasema hapana. Wakamuachilie tena. Sasa tumeita ndisi ya Kirugwea ndio amekuja akabeba huyo mtu na ameenda na yeye. Tukasema tutafuatilia mpaka Kirugwea.
Now we take a look at business news. A significant move to make vehicle ownership more accessible in Kenya. NCBA Bank has partnered with Incap Kenya for an asset financing promotion set to run until 31st March 2025. The financing package is designed to cater for the diverse needs of customers, offering up to 90% financing for new vehicles and up to 80% for the pre-owned ones. Mumbi Wawiru with that report.
Today, we unveil an exclusive promotional initiative that combines the strength and expertise of NCBA's asset finance and business solutions with Inchcape's renowned automotive distribution, retail, and services.
The partnership with Inchcape Kenya underscores NCBA's dedication to providing exceptional asset finance options aiming to benefit customers by making premium vehicle ownership more attainable. The interest rate for the financing deal is set at a competitive of 20.6% per annum, accompanied by a processing fee of 1.5% of the loan amount.
To further support our customers, we are pleased to offer a 60-day repayment moratorium, meaning from the time when you drive away with your vehicle, you'll have a holiday break of about 60 days. That is 2 months. And this period will allow you as our customer to settle into their new vehicles without the immediate pressure of making loan repayments.
Inchcape Kenya Managing Director Julia Veshiskaya has also expressed excitement about the collaboration. She emphasized that the vehicles financed under this scheme will be insured through NCBA Bancassurance Intermediary Limited, ensuring comprehensive coverage. The partnership aims to simplify the vehicle purchasing process and provide Kenyans with excellent financing options, thereby promoting increased ownership of new vehicles across the country. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Mumbi Wawiru.
Moving on, Brussels Airlines, Belgium flag carrier and the largest airline of Belgium, has resumed flights into Nairobi, Kenya after a 9-year break. This airline, which is a member of the LAFSA Group and Star Alliance, touched down at the Kenyatta International Airport on Monday night with the 288 travelers, enhanced connectivity between Kenya and Belgium. Speaking during the reception of the airline, David Tanki, who represented the Kenya Tourism Board of Directors, said that the resumption of flights to Nairobi by Air Brussels was a positive development for tourism, as Kenya aims to become a year-round destination known for its diverse and sustainable tourism offerings. The resumption of the Air Brussels flights to Nairobi will now bring the number of the airline destinations in sub-Saharan Africa to 18. Brussels Airline Chief Executive Officer Dorothea von Boxberg said the airline was working on the ways to have more flights going by the increased demand for the business and leisure travel, among others, as well as a positive market reaction.
I want to call upon all tourists around the world to come to Kenya. Kenya is a great country and it's a country of great opportunity. And I want to once again thank Brussels Airlines and Lufthansa Group for choosing Nairobi to be your destination. We are really very excited and we are really open to even engaging more to ensure that we have free flow of people from both of our countries. Otherwise, from the directive of His Excellency the President, clearly from 1st of January up to now, we have been able to receive 600,000 people coming to Kenya visa-free, which is really exciting news for us. And we are still going to work harder to ensure that travel to Kenya becomes even more easier, because our beloved President wants the country to be open and be free for more tourists. And we are projecting that by the end of this year, we shall have doubled the number of our tourists coming to Kenya. We are really very excited.
It's actually 6 flights per week that we're going to fly as Brussels Airlines.
and that is, as you already said, this wonderful direct link to the capital of Europe. But it's actually more than that, because we're part of the Lufthansa group, and it's actually linking the continents, I think, a much better way, because we also have the services of Lufthansa and also Discover Airlines to Mombasa. So there's already now 18 weekly flights, and we hope to have the flights to Nairobi to also increase over time to double daily.
Sports news, where the National Rugby Sevens team Shujaa has arrived home to a grand reception at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, that is JKIA, as they return from the World Rugby Sevens Series. Shujaa fought hard to clinch a 33-15 win over Germany in a promotion playoff quarter-final match in Madrid on Sunday. This was a final painful 19-17 defeat to the Germans a fortnight ago during the Challenger 7 Series in Munich. Ministry of Youth Affairs Principal Secretary Peter Tum was among officials who were at JKIA to receive the team on arrival. And again, Loop Digital Financing Services, a subsidiary of NCBA Group, and Team Amani, a cycling super team composed of the best riders from the East Africa, are all set to the third leg of the 2024 Loop Safari Gravel Series at the Hell's Gate National Park in Naivasha on the 15th of June 2024. Gloria Kinyi, Loop DFC's Chief People Officer, said they are excited to host this leg of the series after successfully hosting 2 legs in Tatu City and Iten. Speaking during the captain's cocktail ahead of the upcoming race, Hanifa Say, the Chief Operating Officer of Team Amani, said the purpose of this all series is to elevate the level of cycling in the country, get more people involved in the sport, and grow our nationwide talent pool to allow our young people athletes and platform to showcase their talent and professionalism.
The first two events of the series at Tatu City and E10 were quite successful in that we managed to have upwards of 1,000 participants so far, which is an incredible number considering that we're just launching the series this year and getting Kenyans and East Africans onto gravel bikes and explaining and teaching them how this is a safer and more community-driven sport because it's safer off the roads, and like you can go out with your families or your friends and you can hear each other while you ride and speak because there's no cars rushing past you. You have the peace of mind, you get to explore new places, you can ride out, camp, and just ride back from where you came from, especially in Kenya. Where
we initiated it with a vision. We wanted to see this sport well recognized. We wanted to bring all the cyclists in Kenya, nurture this sport, and also give it the much more deserved attention. Because right now, we also realize that it's not been taken seriously as it deserved to be. So far, we have seen a lot of participants. We have had stories being shared. We have had excitement. In the series today, based on the stories that we are hearing, all we are hearing is people want to see this thing going big. And as Loop, we are committing to do that. With more than 1,000 participants and thousands of stories being shared, we envision this thing to be able to be one of the biggest sporting activities in the world.
And for that report, we come to the end of our News Watch tonight. Many thanks to everyone that made it a success, including our reporters on duty, our editors, not forgetting our directors. My name is Nelius Wanjiru, and our sign language interpreter has been Boniface Morethi. Many thanks, and have a good night and a lovely one too.